Hello, my beautiful Virgo vibe tribers. Welcome to your November 1st through 15th, 2022 reading. Remember, this is a collective energy for all Virgos, Sun, Moon, and Rising. That means if you'd like to have a personal reading, please visit my website, royalmystic.com. I'll be more than happy to assist you once you schedule your appointment. So with that, let's see what the cards have to say for the first half of November. Very nice. We're going to start off with the Wheel of Fortune. We love the Wheel of Fortune energy. It is a game changer. So, first of all, let's not diminish the fact that it is a 10. This is the Roman numeral 10, so it's a cycle change. Not to mention you're going to be moving really quickly because you're kind of catapulted from the here to the there, right? So the way it works is this is a little divine timing mechanism, and as soon as it's triggered, for each person it's a different thing, but this is the release of what's been holding you in this stagnant energy, and now all doors open. Literally, all red lights turn green. As the doors open, you got to remember there's also new opportunities that you didn't know were available to you that show up out of nowhere, right? Like a secret level has somehow been unlocked. And not only that, you're catapulted past all the obstacles that collapse at your feet. So you are now in a place not just winning, but surpassing what you even thought was possible. So absolutely fabulous that the Wheel of Fortune's here. Now you know why it's so fabulous. And here's the Two of Swords. Now the Two of Swords is talking about logic versus your inner focus. So if you try to make something logical, that means you're going to take it on in your own strength. That means you're responsible for it, and you have to try to make action and do things the old-fashioned way by your own hand, right? Now, that's great and all. However, the universe has a bigger reach than you. So if you'll allow yourself to stop trying to logically take it on and control it, and just be open to miraculous energy, because it's telling you logic is going to cause you to cross up here. That's why they're crossed, is because it's not going to work logically. Miracles seldom do, okay? I've never heard of a miracle that worked through logic. And if it did, it didn't do it a second time. So just know that this is where we have to let go of the left brain and the analytical thing and jump into spirit mind, which is your third eye, fully ignited in this golden band, being in the energy of allowing yourself to connect and see the thing that you want as the goal through your inner sight. Not with your human eyes. You see, those are obscured. Because if you open your human eyes and you use it through your human form, you're doing this again. And you can't create something new from something that's already here. You have to create it from within. So, you can create something, but not something new, something unseen or unknown, right? That's the whole thing, is you're using the energy you already have, so it's going to be very much the same as what you already have. So when we want a miraculous thing to happen, we got to get in our miraculous mindset. So let's see what else the cards have to say. Thank you, angels, archangels, divine, pure white light. Divine Spirit. Ooh, this is two big mojo energies working side by side. This is the Pisces moon. But the moon itself, in this particular instance, my guides have told me this is like an embryo. These are your chakras all in alignments on this pillar. Then you've got the white light. Now the white light is your focused intention that you're channeling through you into your dream or into your goal. The more you focus and the more attention you give it, the faster it starts to evolve into what you want. So you're literally feeding it the energy it needs. But I want to caution you, remember, you're not pulling it just from you, your physical form. You're pulling it through divine. So when you meditate and you pull in that white light and you allow yourself to be the receptacle and the pourer of it, right? So you let it flow through you, not holding on to it. Let it go into the dream as you pull in whatever your dream or your goal is. That's what manifests it. So this is the manifestor's moon as well as the Cancer major arcana. Very solid energies coming in, so very dialed in. This is the opposite of being in the overthinker's mind. So here we go. Divine Spirit, Spirit Guides, Gods, and Goddesses, thank you so much for being present here to allow all Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising to have the information they seek to assist them in remaining on their highest possible spiritual path. We thank you so much, Divine, for these blessings and beautiful messages, and we receive them in the love and light for which they are intended. We thank you for this divine guidance as always, and we welcome this blessed energy. Thank you so much, Divine. You are always welcome and very appreciated. So we have... Oh, I got two. Hang on. The Six of Rods. This is coming through the battle victorious, head and shoulders above the rest, being the front runner, being celebrated for this victory. So this is a ticker tape parade in your honor, so to speak, right? So you're getting lots of kudos, and you're the perfect person for, quote unquote, the job, whatever that is. Now, this can be talking about being victorious in an event or being victorious as you apply for a job. You're the one that's the shining star. So you have everything you need, and you're fully able to do it. And this is a long fought battle. This is having come back from that battle victory, right? So here's the King of Wands, which is the solid energy for entrepreneurial people who are in the top of their game, but it also means supervisory or higher position, right? And it can be a boss energy. This is the energy of fire signs. So Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, major arcanas as well. But this particular king is all about action, and he's very fired up, and he's a workaholic, basically. I'm just going to just pull that right out and say it. That's an honest statement. This particular king, he or she, remember, you can be in a masculine energy just because you're female. Because if you're in something fully established, that's the masculine energy. And this has to do with work, because that's what the rods talk about, is action and work. So you see the rods here with the rods here. That's a total movement in the energy of being very much in a high frequency for getting what you want in that work-life area. Now, this is Temperance. Temperance is the Sagittarius major arcana, and it's the energy of alchemy being done, because she's got the light. Archangel Uriel has the light of all existence, the light of life, the life force energy. She's doing alchemy to create water from fire, and then dropping it down into this little pixie dust energy. So she's literally doing synchronicity, literally bringing the ground up to meet your feet as you move forward. Just remember, you don't want to run faster than it's showing up. So make sure you allow yourself to be patient and don't jump ahead of it. Time it. Hello, Archangel Michael. So you got the King of Swords here as well as the King of Rods. The King of Swords is the energy of protection and guidance, and it's also the air sign king. So Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini major arcanas. As something that this person may do for a living is part of justice. That's part of the whole, the demeanor of this card. So it is all about pulling for the underdog or being there in the case of crisis. So all first responders fall into this category. Doctor, lawyers, judges, anybody who is in criminal justice, anyone in the police force, anyone who's a firefighter, EMS, or nurse, anybody that's in that field. And then you've got the analytical mind of the scientist, engineer, and anyone who is like an architect, somebody who is all about the building blocks of it. Now, also, anyone who's a warrior, anybody that's been in the armed services, and it doesn't have to mean that you were the one carrying the weapon. You could be somebody with the support staff, a civilian who actually worked in the armed services. But it's part of that whole for the greater good energy. There's your Virgo, the Hermit, very much in the place of being focused and ready to walk your path, bringing in your higher guidance. So that's important. When we have and touch base with our higher guidance while we're making changes and movements, we also can get caught, without it, we can get caught in a blind spot. But this is the energy of being with it, so you can see all of these little little places you don't want to step off into, because that's a chasm waiting to swallow you up, right? So if you'll use your internal guidance, listen to your gut, follow your intuition, ask to be shown the way. You can ask that. Your guides will do that. Here is the Seven of Pentacles. This is the energy of something that is really nestled in its little tree, but all the fruit is ripening on the vine as we speak. So it means something that you have put the right amount of energy and resource into for it to now turn into being ready for harvest. So very, very good energy. We have the Page of Swords, which is the energy of information, being given information and being receiving that information. Doesn't mean it's something that's going to be just, says, hey, do you want to know more about whatever? It's just going to be something that kind of drops in, right? So it may be something you overhear on a radio station. It may be somebody's conversation. Somebody may call you out of the blue and tell you something. They have no way of knowing that you need that information, but it'll show up however it needs to. Just be open to all ways. Then we have the Eight of Wands, which is new, vibrant energy coming in. This usually means negotiations and communications, so back and forth discussions. Also, a lot of it moving in the air like that is the energy of very fast communication as it's happening. So lots of new things just coming in from all directions, and it's got the sun in the background rising, so that's always good. And the Scorpio major arcana, death to the old way. So this is clearing and purifying the past. It's releasing all toxic energy, letting you let go of all things that no longer serve you, and it's clearing the deck. So you're getting a fresh, clean slate to start with. That's what the Scorpio major arcana, I call him the cosmic garbage man, because he's coming in just to get all the crud out. And we have the Hanged Man. Look at the bigger picture. Allow yourself to get into your higher crown chakra. He's elevated himself into that position so that he can see from a higher perspective the greater overview of all things. So that will also help. It looks like you're getting a lot of communication to help you see what's happening, so you shouldn't be in fear at all. And you've got the Nine of Pentacles. And that's the energy of the fulfilling prophecy of your belief. When you believe that the universe is always, always conspiring in your favor and will bring you exactly what you need, exactly when you need it, every single time, then your trees constantly are blooming with fruit, right? And that means whatever it is that you need, that's what the fruit will be. So whether it's money or health or assistance, whatever it may be, it's coming in through this Garden of Eden energy. Remember, all things were provided in the Garden of Eden. Now, our second set of cards, our clarifiers, we start off with the Leo Major Arcana, the Strength card. This is also Archangel Ariel. Ariel is known as the Lion of God, quite literally helping you, being very loyal to you, keeping you on the straight and narrow, and not letting anybody interfere with what your path is. So that's beautiful to know that you can walk your path and not be interrupted. So let's see what else we have. Thank you, angels, archangels, divine, pure white light, divine spirit, spirit guides, gods and goddesses. Thank you so much for being present here to allow all Virgo, sun, moon, and rising to have the information they seek to assist them in remaining on their highest possible spiritual path. We thank you so much, Divine, for your blessings and beautiful messages, and we receive them in the love and light for which they are intended. We thank you for this divine guidance as always, and we welcome this blessed energy. Thank you so much, Divine. You are always welcome and very appreciated. Okay. Well, that's notification. This is when somebody reaches out to you regarding this victory. They're letting you know, hey, you're the number one candidate. You're head and shoulders above the rest. You're the front runner. We would like for you to join us. So this is that energy. That little page is letting you know. I call him the town crier because he's the one that always brings the news of, what you got to do next. And this is telling you Stay focused on what you're doing, no matter what the perils are that other people around you may be going through. You don't pull your head out of what you're doing here, because if you turn your back on what you're doing, you're not going to help them in any way whatsoever, and you will risk all of yourself, including the life that you have, because you could die on the way out to try to save that boat. Now, here's the old adage, you'll just be in the same boat they are. That's exactly what will happen, and there's nothing to be gained, okay? They are still going to either make it or not through their own effort, and you're not going to be able to help them do anything. So keep yourself navigating your own thing here, because you're already in the momentum of it, and you don't want to drop everything to try to rescue someone else, only to your own demise, right? Everything in life has to be balanced. So win-win or no deal. You can tell them what you advise them to do, or you can send help, but you can't be the one to do it. Just know that. Don't feel guilty for not being able to. Just give them the help you can by either advice or referring them to someone who can. And we have a beautiful Two of Cups with the Temperance Sagittarius card. The Two of Cups is soulmate energy. It also is the energy of divine connection. So your higher self can be involved here, and we'll talk about that in just a second, or partnership in your business. Now, as you're, I mean, it's easy to know if it's your soulmate energy, you know, you're connected and you're in a good communication and the spark is lit and everything's firing on all cylinders, and you have Archangel Raphael looking over everything here. Then you have, if it's your higher self, this would be your ego and this is your soul, and the means they're co-creating and communicating, which is the ultimate you could have, is to be in the same wavelength, right? Have your soul be the filter instead of your ego, which sometimes doesn't interpret things correctly or even respond to things correctly. Ego can respond very viciously. So when you're in a balance, then you don't do that. Then you're in the energy where your soul can actually help steer you. Now, if it means partnership in business, this is also a winning combination, because it means everybody's on the same page and working toward the same end. So yay, team. All three of those are great. And it's with the beautiful Sagittarius Major Arcana Temperance. Now, this is the energy of receiving better or more than you'd hoped for, some kind of extra bonus coming in. Now, this money does not have to be paid back, so it is kind of a big deal. The Six of Pentacles means something that's being given that doesn't have to be returned. So yes and yes. So we have the Seven of Swords. This is walking away from what no longer serves you, releasing a bad habit, changing the way you do something, or even purging things that you have an excess of in your life. So it's literally turning your back on something that's not going to be taken with you as you move forward. Sometimes it means letting go of a job as well, giving 2 weeks notice. It can be packing and moving, as some of my guides are chiming in. So don't forget this part. So it can also be moving to a different location, to a different house. Then we have the Ace of Swords, which is the energy of clarity. So for somebody, I got this and I have to go back and tell it. Somebody's got a child or a sibling that is now going to be going on their own. So that's them going. Hallelujah, in a good way, not in a negative way. They got to go on their merry way. So now you're in the energy of the Seven of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords. Remember, all aces are gifts, and this one is a gift of victory and the ability to clear what the clouds have been obstructing, and you can now see your path ahead without any trouble whatsoever, and the universe is giving you a way to clear it as you go. So yay, team, for that. And we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups can be a gesture of emotion, love, somebody telling you how they feel about you. It can also mean somebody offering you something, like a job, right? Or some wisdom that's going to really benefit you. That's the knowledge that's coming in here. So it may be somebody telling you about an opportunity that you end up getting to take from whoever's offering it. Now, we've got this Eight of Rods, which is a lot of things happening all at once. Please just note that you have the Four of Swords here, which means if you're in the process of recovering, allow yourself to fully recover, okay? And if you're in the process of if you've been stringing out a bunch of illnesses one after the other, then there's a problem with how you're doing things. That means you're exhausting yourself. So allow yourself to really take good self-care to get yourself back to your full capacity before you go jumping into a bunch of activity and responsibilities. So this is in career and finance, but it also means, we also have families and things like that that make demands, and we hate to tell people no, and sometimes it's just not an option. Sometimes you're the only person that family member has for help, but just understand that this is part of you having to feed yourself before you feed everyone else, so that you make sure that you stay in the energy of get good sleep, eat good food, make sure that you do enough physical activity to keep you healthy. We don't want to overdo it. Do not burn the candle at both ends and think it's going to be okay, because it is not. Then we have the Eight of Swords. So this is where we get in a conundrum, because we want to take action with our physical body. We forget that our power is within us, and that's why she's got this blindfold on to remind you. Just like that Two of Swords we saw earlier, you must go inside to change what's happening outside. Not physically out. You can't do it from well, you can, but it's going to take a whole lot longer if you try to do it physically. That's why we have to let go of control and just tell the universe what our destination is, and let it work out the details and get you there. And we have the Five of Pentacles. So you're in this hanged man situation, looking down going, I don't see it though, but I don't see it. It's not there. And we see how they're facing me. They're facing you. They're not facing the stained glass window that has what they're looking for. That doesn't mean it's not there. It just means they can't see it. So let yourself be in a good place of knowing that it's coming together exactly as it should, and you have the ability to keep manifesting it. Be patient and it will show up. There's your Ten of Rods, which is the struggle is over and new abundance is coming in. This means all the burden is lifted, and this can either mean going to a new place of work or literally taking your work home if you're working from home or doing your own business. And it can mean moving to a new home. So all of that prosperity goes with you, the new blooming energy of that Ten of Rods. So what an amazing reading, my Virgos. I hope you all can allow yourself to move forward, be in the receiving energy of all of this wonderful abundance and assistance from divine. Just know that the universe really does want your highest good, and it's trying its very best to assist you. Be open to that energy and allow yourself to move in the energy of the wonderful, beautiful, bounteous blessings that are here. So I send you lots of love, lots of light, lots of peace, happiness, joy, abundance, and a ton of prosperity, with a dollop of divine healing on top for you all to have the best possible life you can. I'll see you again in the middle of the month, my Virgos. Love, light, and joy and abundance to you. Namaste, my friends.